Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday. We begin with a First Alert Weather Day this weekend. Let's get right to meteorologist John Scalzi for more.
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. Now, this is not a severe weather event, and I don't want to mislead anyone here. The reason we're going with a First Alert Weather Day on Sunday is because it's Mother's Day, and lots of folks have outdoor activities planned, no doubt about it. Maybe some beach time, a little boating, whatever. It could be kind of a soggy afternoon, and some computer models are suggesting it could be more than soggy. It could be some pretty heavy rainfall at times across the western coast of the state of Florida. Your eye may be drawn to this cluster of clouds out in Gulf waters. A surface low might be developing there, non-tropical surface low in that location. Plus, we have a trough of low pressure that exists in the Gulf and stretching back into the Atlantic. Now, the combination of those factors with a little daytime heating could bring some of the heavier rain that you see now beginning to develop out in the Gulf a little bit closer to our shore. Not today, not really even tomorrow, but on Sunday starting. And here's one of the things that we continue to watch. While we have no rainfall today in the forecast, some computer models are now suggesting that between about 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and the evening of Sunday into the beginning of Monday, we could pick up over 2.5 inches of rain in some locations across the western part of the state of Florida. We'll talk more about that forecast coming up in a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Our top story, 2 shootings this morning in the Newtown area within hours of one another. And the search continues for all of the suspects involved. ABC 7's Rick Adams is live from 20th Street in Sarasota, where the second shooting happened today. Rick?
Yes, Scott, good afternoon. The shooting happened right back there around 8 o'clock this morning. Police say 2 suspects shot a man in the leg twice near this home on 20th Street. He is expected to be okay. The suspects still do remain on the run. It's not known if there's a connection between this shooting and one earlier this morning.
As far as the relationship between the two suspects and the victim, that's unknown at this time. However, we don't believe this to be a random incident. We don't believe there to be a threat in the area.
If they patrol the community like they should, this stuff wouldn't happen. It's happening because the police ain't here to protect and serve.
And police are continuing their search for the suspects. As soon as we receive more information on this, we'll let you know. Reporting live from Sarasota this afternoon, I'm Rick Adams. Scott, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Another person is in the hospital after being shot earlier this morning in Newtown. This one happening on Martin Luther King Way and Pershing Avenue at around 1:30 this morning. Now, the victim has not been identified yet, but police say he was hit by a bullet while standing outside. Right now, he's at Sarasota Memorial Hospital recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. And again, the shooters in both incidents are still on the loose. Police are not sure if they're connected. New developments involving an inmate escape in Manatee County. The woman who escaped from a Bradenton Bridge facility nearly a week ago is now back in custody. Deputies say Silver Bean was arrested this morning in Palm Beach County, where she was originally charged with cocaine possession. Bean now faces additional charges for the escape. New details now in an investigation involving a teacher's aide at a Sarasota County elementary school. At least 2 students at Ashton Elementary have accused a teacher's aide of inappropriate behavior. No word yet on what the allegations involved. We talked to a former student and a parent about the situation.
It's really scary to think that a child like that, especially at that young age, could possibly even be exposed to something so wrong.
If these accusations are true, the sheriff's office, we have faith in the system. They'll be able to do something to, to prosecute to the fullest and to prevent this from happening in the future.
Teacher's aide has been placed on leave while the sheriff's office is investigating. New at noon, the investigation continues into a deadly Tesla crash that killed 2 teenagers and injured another, bursting into flames after slamming into a wall in Fort Lauderdale. ABC's David Curley shows us why investigators are now focusing on the car's batteries.
It was a high-speed crash of a Tesla Model S, but it's the fire that followed which is under investigation this morning. A fire so intense, bystanders couldn't help the 2 Fort Lauderdale High School seniors.
No one could help. and that just crushed me.
While the teens are being mourned and a third recovers in the hospital, the fire is drawing the attention of federal investigators and regulators because this is not the first time a Tesla, powered by electric battery rather than gas, has been engulfed in flames. That March accident involving a Tesla autopilot system in Mountain View, California, also had a fire. ABC News has confirmed from an investigative source that the battery from that vehicle towed to an impound lot in the wreckage reignited nearly a week later. All these batteries are lithium-ion. They can hold a lot of power, but a short or breach can lead to overheating, explosions, and fire. We've seen it in phones, e-cigarettes, hoverboards, and many other devices. But cars contain thousands of the batteries.
The lithium battery is not intrinsically safe. The phone has one battery and a car has 7,000 batteries. So the likelihood of something going wrong in a car is much more than the phone.
Tesla tells us in a statement, serious high-speed collisions can result in a fire, but adds that Tesla data shows a gas car in the United States is 5 times more likely to experience a fire.
Remember, for the latest breaking news across the country and here on the Suncoast, along with your First Alert weather forecast, you can download our app. Go to your app store and look for WWSB or My Suncoast. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now with the check on Wall Street so far. And Jeff, the markets seem to like this week's earnings better than last, and the NASDAQ has been leading the way.
That's correct, Scott, definitely. This week has been real strong, about 2% so far for the Dow, about 2.5% for the S&P 500. NASDAQ close to 2.75, believe it or not. That's right. The Dow, NASDAQ, all positive days this week, so that's great. A lot of headlines as we've been seeing, so the markets seem to be okay with them so far. Oil's right around $71 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury is down 2.98 or so last I saw. Woke up this morning and the futures were positive again, so let's see if we're still positive. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 24,818. Up 78 points, 0.32% in the positive. NASDAQ, 7,406, up 1.39 barely, but still positive, 0.02%. S&P, 2,728, up almost 6 points, 0.25% in the positive.
Jeff, you also have some news on some technology enhancements related to concerts, those big concerts.
Huge concerts.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to get intimate with all the technology and everything. So it's been pretty cool so far. U2 Experience an Innocent tour will be starting with augmented reality. Bono's going to be have himself on there. If you download the app, you'll be able to see it through your phone. AR technology really displays digital images of humans or of real objects over technology. They're going to have 2 80-foot-long double-sided LCD screens. Bono said they're really trying to reach the audience like they used to do, believe it or not, with the stage divings, but we'll see. Technology's come a long way. So far, they're trying to continue this intimate kind of relationship with the crowd because, as you mentioned, stadiums, arenas are so big.
Yeah.
So U2's been doing it for a long time, many decades, and they really like that intimate experience. So
sometimes you're sitting so far away, it's hard to, feel close to the action there.
Now you just look through your phone and you feel close, and technology is a great thing. That's why NASDAQ's leading the way.
Okay. Jeff, thanks so much.
Have a great weekend, Scott.
You too. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why doctors think a woman died after contracting an infection while on vacation here in Florida. And why the FBI believes an explosion outside of a Texas church may be connected to another recent bombing.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live. I live. She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the Jeep Celebration event. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Nice day today, no doubt about that, as we head through the day. Lots of sunshine, a few high-level clouds as well. We're going to have both of those things, boosting our temperature up to about 91. It kind of ticked up the chance of breaking the 90-degree mark just a little bit today because we got rid of some of that cloud cover. And cloud cover is everything when it comes to high temperature at this time of year. 82 by around 7 p.m. by 12 midnight, 74 degrees. And then by tomorrow morning when you wake up, we'll probably be in the 70s as we're going to start to increase our dew points across the area. We're already doing that with a little bit of a southerly component that we had to the wind earlier this morning. Now more of a westerly component as we build the sea breeze. 65 degrees, our dew point temperature rising as well today. I think we'll probably see a pretty firmly established southeasterly wind by tomorrow afternoon, and that's really going to start increasing our moisture. So we have a lot of cloud cover out here. Now, we don't have any kind of surface circulation with this yet, but it is forecast eventually to kind of team up with an upper level trough, a very wet, moist environment, some warmer waters out in the Gulf, and a lot of daytime heating to eventually develop a weak low pressure area out in Gulf waters, which will help to funnel moisture right across the state of Florida over a prolonged period of time, really. It's going to be a slow moving system. This cluster of clouds and moisture combined with this elongated trough of low pressure all kind of teaming up together to produce excellent rain chances, really starting on Sunday. You know, we might get something on Saturday night as well, a little something, passing patch of drizzle or maybe a quick brief rain shower, but it's Sunday when the real rains begin to start. Here's what we've got going on. So the high pressure ridge that has been producing for us a nice northeasterly wind, nice northwesterly wind, and has been keeping us dry is about to move. It's going to move out into the Atlantic, and as it does that, this area of low pressure, this troughiness that you see down to the south, is going to start lifting north, possibly eventually developing a little low pressure area here on Sunday or Monday. With that in place, that area of low pressure, that trough that's going to be a kicker in our atmosphere to make rain, is going to get stuck, and it's going to take days to move out. So that we'll have kind of a prolonged period of higher rain chances. So warm, sunny, dry today. Sunday rains, and then a humid weekend as that southeasterly wind really just funnels up that moisture. The dry air that we have had in place that prevented any kind of precipitation because there was just no moisture available for rain is being replaced by this humid air over the weekend. And that humid air sticks around. not only at the surface, but aloft as well. So the total rainfall accumulations could be appreciable, as I showed you earlier in the broadcast. Here's a future cast. This computer model, this particular one, shows the showers beginning to start on Saturday, but between the morning on Sunday and the evening on Sunday, we just get a lot of rainfall across west central Florida, maybe some stronger storms as well, thunderstorm or two, not impossible. And this continues all the way from Monday and Tuesday and into Wednesday possibly. So total accumulations over a 3 or 4 day period could be in excess of a couple of inches, which is great because we need it. Our drought indexes are high and the fire danger indexes continue to rise as well. So it'd be nice to get the rain. I'm sorry it's coming on Mother's Day, some of it. Northwest wind at about 10 knots, becoming more easterly during the overnight at 10, light chop. Nice day for boating today. 91 today, tomorrow 86, a little bit more cloud cover, around 20% chance of a late shower, and there you are, the first alert weather day. 70% chance of showers on Mother's Day, particularly in the afternoon. Some of the rain could be heavy, and those rain chances remain reasonable right straight through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then start to taper off a little bit as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. In Health Smart, a woman gets an infection during a vacation to Florida and, despite multiple trips to the hospital, later dies after doctors failed to properly diagnose her. Stephanie Wade shows us how it happened.
It's okay.
3-year-old London Parrish
It's all right.
won't stop wearing her grandma's glasses. In February, 50-year-old Carol Martin was vacationing in Florida. A week later, an infection the size of a nickel appeared on her buttocks, an image too gruesome to show.
They first went to the hospital on the 11th.
She sought treatment at St. Francis Hospital, not once, not twice.
They sent her home with more antibiotics and heat bath, and it got worse.
But 3 times it took doctors to realize it was necrotizing fasciitis.
In the emergency room, they said, we're sorry, but she has flesh-eating bacteria. We have to rush her to surgery right now.
2 major surgeries and 16 days in the ICU later, doctors had finally sent her home.
She made me lunch. I kissed her goodbye to work, go to work, and I come home early in the morning and found her passed away.
Carol died Saturday morning. A husband distraught, children shaken.
We should have the answers and know why this went where it did.
Little London.
She's not going to see none of her growing up.
Left to see life through Grandma's eyes.
Oh, Stephanie Wade reporting. The Marion County coroner says they're collecting tissue samples now to analyze the infected area to see if it contributed to her death. But that could take up to 3 months to get the results back from the lab. Well, it's time now for lunch. Let's check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who joins us today from Siam Orchid Thai Restaurant in Sarasota. Judy?
I am so happy to be here at Siam Orchid today to help celebrate a pretty special anniversary. For over 30 years, these 2 lovely sisters, Malai and Nissi, have been good friends and wonderful contributors to the community, bringing us authentic Thai food. And I have to tell you, I feel like I'm family. Even if I haven't been here in a year, I walk in and it's truly family. So really quickly, I want to say to both of you, congratulations on this very special occasion.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you very much to make us gonna be the famous.
And Nissi, happy anniversary to you as well.
Thank you so much. You are good to us and you are good to the community. I am glad you're here with us. You're not only a friend, but you are the family.
And to all my family out there, stay with us. We have some delicious conversation and cuisine ahead.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
Welcome back. Time now to meet our pet of the week. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us more about Evan.
Marsha, we have Evan here sitting down, chilling in my lap.
You talk about a true lap cat.
Oh, this is it, right?
Here he is.
Yeah.
He is just precious. Evan is about 5 years old, and he has had a little bit of a rocky history, and he found himself out on the streets. That's what you're seeing here. You know, the streets are awfully rough.
They're tough. It's tough out there for a stray cat. It is. There's no doubt about it.
And unfortunately, he got into a scuffle, but the way we're looking at it here, we're pretty sure he won. And but we had to close some of the wounds on him, but he is fun-loving, and you can see there's a couple of things. He's sitting in your lap. I keep calling him semi-comatose. He is just loving and very, very secure.
You know, the tough thing about stray cats is that stray cats are really domesticated cats that don't have a home.
That's right.
I mean, they're not like wild cats or anything.
That's right. And the other thing that you notice, which is a little bit unusual, is he's got a wonderful collar and leash on. And a lot of cats don't like that. But he walks beautifully on it. He's looking at those beautiful eyes. And he had found a home for a little bit, and unfortunately that owner passed. Oh. So now he's looking for another home, and I'm telling you, he's been in our green room. He was watching you. He was as calm as could be. He wanted to be on his side. He wanted his little tummy rubbed.
Oh.
He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect.
And we can get this kitty.
Well, Evan is going to wait for you at the Cat Depot, and you can call 366-2404, and he'll be waiting. He needs a break. Well, he got one big one. He showed the guys on the street. He was the winner.
Yeah, there you go.
And now he needs to be in your lap.
But he's obviously not an aggressive cat. He's obviously a lap cat. And sure could use a home. So please, if you can, give him a call and adopt Evan into your home. Scott?
All right, thank you both. Let's check in again with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She's at Siam Orchid Thai Restaurant in Sarasota.
Already I've been laughing all morning because they always say it's a delicious restaurant with fresh cuisine, but you kind of get a comedy show sometimes when the two sisters are roaring. So, Nissy, I want to ask you, what first inspired you over 30 years ago to start an authentic Thai restaurant, the very first one in Sarasota?
I have been just about all over the world myself. Work overseas, and I have been in 25 states in America. And everywhere I go, I'm looking for the authentic Thai to eat. And of course, I have home here for 40 years. And sister joined me, and we talk, and I say, I think we have the market for the Thai food here. That's why I sit down and discuss. And then here we are for 30 years.
For 30 years. What is it like to work with your sister for over 30 years?
I came in here, I feel like my sister, the second mom to me. She is talk to me about we're gonna open the Thai restaurant, and I say, go for it.
Go for it. And in 30 years, you went for it, and it really shows. Now, you have a lot of regular customers.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were just telling me a cute story about the different names your regulars have given you over the years.
Yes.
Let's quickly have you rattle them off.
I said, the flower of the year is sunshine, gorgeous, beautiful, sugar, honey, the dragon lady.
She's no dragon lady, right? She's no dragon lady.
I don't know.
No! Okay, so we're getting a little family skinny here in this as well. Now, we're going to talk about the food in just a few minutes, but has the menu changed over the years, or have you consistently kept it the same?
We not change the menu for how many years?
Almost 6 years.
Almost 6 years. And
And with some menu changes and all the dishes that are the originals come all the great fresh herbs straight from their gardens. Stay with me. We're going to meet Chef Sam, and he's going to describe the delicious cuisine that I can't wait for you to hear about in just a few minutes.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore, but there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
Coming up, what's next for people in Hawaii dealing with the fallout from that recent volcanic eruption? And what the White House is saying after controversial comments by an aide aimed at Senator John McCain. Why the brother of the accused Stoneman Douglas High School shooter is moving to Virginia.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Our top story at 12:30 is the weather and a kind of a soggy Mother's Day ahead. It's a first alert day here on the Suncoast. Let's check in now with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, so Scott, here's the thing. I don't think we're going to see any kind of severe weather around, but the likelihood of increasing rain showers and stronger rain showers continues to increase across the area. This cluster of clouds that we see out here is the beginnings of what could end up developing into a low pressure area that will attach itself to a trough of low pressure that extends out into the Atlantic. And the combination of these will eventually lift northward over the state of Florida, bringing good chances of rain, at least starting on Sunday, and potentially even some heavier rainfall. And by heavier rainfall, I mean, you could get some rainfall amounts of over an inch of rainfall, maybe as much as 2 inches of rainfall along west central Florida. Don't know if it's going to be exactly over your house or if it's even going to be over the Suncoast, but somewhere across west central Florida, it is possible that we could get some very heavy rain. So we'll be watching the development of that cluster of clouds. We'll be watching this trough of low pressure as it lifts north, and the combination of the two could lead to some heavier rain. Right now, we've got some showers developing out in the Gulf waters. It's really not in the forecast for us today, really even for most of tomorrow. But starting potentially in the earlier part of the day on Sunday and going right through the afternoon and into the evening, on and off waves of showers perhaps. We could see as much as I mentioned, some fairly heavy rainfall developing between 7 a.m. and midnight and a little thereafter. So that's one of the things we're going to be watching. It's the reason we're calling Sunday a first alert weather day, and we'll talk more about it coming up in a few. Scott?
Now out of Hawaii, take a look at this new video showing the extent of the volcanic damage on the Big Island of Hawaii. The Hawaii Army National Guard releasing this video showing lava covering stretches of forest near the Kilauea volcano and smoke rising from the ground. The volcano has forced around 2,000 people to evacuate and destroyed more than 24 homes so far. And now the volcano could blow its top in the coming days. Hawaiian officials say Kilauea's activity resembles that was seen before a major eruption back in 1924. Scientists say as long as people stay out of closed areas around the volcano, the possible explosion will not be deadly. New details now as Meghan McCain is responding to those controversial comments made about her father by a White House aide. That aide was responding to Senator John McCain's opposition to President's pick to lead the CIA by saying, quote, "It doesn't matter, he's dying anyway." Here's ABC's Maggie Rulli.
This morning, Meghan McCain is standing up for her father.
It is not how you die, it is how you live.
Right.
And
reacting after a White House aide downplayed her father, Senator John McCain's opposition to President Trump's CIA nominee, saying it doesn't matter, he's dying anyway.
I don't understand what kind of environment you're working in when that would be acceptable, and then you can come to work the next day and still have a job.
The comment made by aide Kelly Sadler comes after McCain forcefully opposed Trump's pick for CIA Director Gina Haspel, saying her role in overseeing the use of torture by Americans is disturbing. For McCain, it's personal. He spent more than 5 years as a prisoner of war in Vietnam, enduring horrific treatment and cruel conditions. On Fox yesterday, retired Air Force Lieutenant General Thomas McInerney criticized McCain's experience under torture.
The fact is John McCain, it worked on John. That's why they call him Songbird John.
But there is no evidence McCain ever bent to torture or cooperated with his captors.
My father's legacy is going to be talked about for hundreds and hundreds of years. These people, nothing burgers.
Nothing.
Nobody's gonna remember you.
It's not the first time McCain has been subject to this false line of attack. During the campaign, President Trump famously questioned McCain's past.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured.
The president has never apologized for those comments. The White House doesn't deny Sadler's comment, and they have not apologized, but in a statement said, "We respect Senator McCain's service to our nation, and he and his family are in our prayers during this difficult time." Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
One of President Trump's judicial nominees is also being confirmed despite opposition from his home state senator. The Senate voting 49 to 46 to confirm Michael Brennan as a judge on the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals. Minority Leader Charles Schumer accused Republicans of bending Senate rules to get the nominee through, but Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley said he is following the same policy as his predecessors. New at noon, police are investigating an explosion near a Texas church. They say a package was detonated outside the church, with the blast only causing minimal damage. Church officials say no one was hurt. This comes 2 weeks after a similar device was discovered about 2 miles away at a Starbucks. There's no word yet if the incidents are related or whether they've identified possible suspects or a motive. Police and emergency responders are on the scene at a California high school after reports of a man with a gun on campus. The LA County Sheriff's Office tweeting deputies arrived there at 7 a.m. local time with one person reportedly injured in the incident. Deputies say the suspect is also in custody. There's no word yet on what led to this shooting. Happening in Florida, the brother of the suspect accused in the deadly Parkland shooting is moving to Virginia. Zachary Cruz's lawyer says a home, job, and education opportunities are waiting for him there. The judge had to approve the move because Cruz is on 6 months probation for trespassing at Stoneman Douglas High School. Cruz will work as a maintenance technician, but will still face a host of probation restrictions. His brother, Nicholas Cruz, faces the death penalty if convicted of killing 17 people at the school in Parkland. Happening tonight here in the Suncoast, hundreds of people raising millions of dollars at the 13th annual Dick Vitale Gala for Pediatric Cancer Research. Organizers hope to raise $3.5 million during tonight's party and live auction at the Ritz-Carlton. Tickets are selling for as much as $5,000 a plate. The gala also reunites dozens of young cancer survivors the Vivante Foundation has supported over the years. And one former patient says she and the other survivors have developed a bond over the years after meeting at the gala.
You get to talk with the kids and you get to joke about it and you get to talk about what happened to you, and you kind of, like, it's not like you're walking on eggshells around them. They know exactly what you've been through, you know what they've been through, and you can move past that.
And ABC7's Ray Collins will be live from the Ritz-Carlton tonight for updates from the gala at 5, 5:30, and 6. This is an easy way to help your neighbors in need. The 26th annual Stamp Out Hunger National Food Drive is set for tomorrow. You can leave bags of non-perishable food items next to your mailbox, and tomorrow letter carriers will collect those donations. All day, volunteers with the All Faiths Food Bank will be at drop-off locations across the area, loading trucks that will take those donations back to food banks, which will then be sorted and distributed to those in need. All right, let's get back to Judy Gallagher now, who's enjoying lunch at Siam Orchid Thai Restaurant in Sarasota.
And now we have Chef Sam, who is also related here at Siam Orchid. And congratulations again on the 30th year here.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's very exciting. Let's talk about your cuisine and
Yeah.
start with that sampler platter.
Okay, I got the egg, the ting lo and dumpling and
Chicken dumpling,
satay,
right?
yeah.
Now the satay that you do, you have the peanuts that adhere to it, and I love that sauce that you have on the side. That so tastes so good as you dip
Yeah,
it in.
all that homemade, very homemade sauce. You know?
It changes. It makes it so much better. This duck dish. Can you tell us about?
It's
Ginger?
Duck ginger, yeah. Ginger, duck meat, you know, I cook duck meat and ginger and mix with the vegetable.
It's so bright and delicious. And tofu, you have a lot of different tofu. Tell us about how this dish is made.
Tofu, you know, cut and deep fry tofu and stir fry with the cashew nut and stuff like that.
That cashew nut gives a great crunch. They have a full page of tofu dishes on the menu. Now, this is a very popular seafood dish.
Mixed seafood garlic, you know.
So garlic and shrimp.
Garlic and shrimp, scallop, and squid. Mixed with
Perfect. Now, curries, and I see a fresh kaffir lime from our garden here.
The red chicken curry, red curry, coconut milk and curry. Red curry place broiled with the chicken.
And so creamy. Now this is, I love this pad thai. It's very traditional. It's not in a heavy sauce.
Yeah, pad thai is popular here though.
Very popular.
Yeah, the sauce, important the sauce. You got tamarind sauce and brown sugar mixed together.
Tamarind is it. And you also have green curry as well. So Sam, it is a beautiful culinary tour of Thailand. And thank you so much. But we're not done yet. We have some Thai dessert in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
91 degrees the air temperature at 3 p.m. as we head into the evening, slide into the evening. We'll look at a mix of sun and clouds and a temperature of about 82 by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Probably low 70s, upper 60s. That'll be warmer tomorrow morning because that value there, the dew point value, is going to start rising as early as Saturday, but certainly by Sunday. And right now we have a west-northwest wind, a little bit of a sea breeze building, 85 degrees the air temperature. Lots going on down here. Now, none of this is tropical in nature. We won't see this develop into any kind of a tropical system, but it's a very wet system, very soggy system, and it's also going to end up being, I think, a very slow-moving system. So as it perhaps does develop a surface low-pressure area eventually as it climbs a little bit further to the north, it's going to sling back a lot of rainfall along west central Florida. Then a little trough of low pressure will also start to lift north, and that trough of low pressure combined with a southeast wind will produce a lot of rainfall as well. So the combination of these two factors, I think, is going to lead to a very wet weather event for the state of Florida. Excessive rainfall is possible, particularly on the other coast, but even the west coast of Florida, depending on where this low pressure area sets up, how it develops, how it deepens, and whether or not it actually gets close enough to shore to produce any rainfall for our area, we could pick up several inches of rainfall, even more than that over a 4-day period or so. So warm and dry today, and I think probably some pretty nice weather tomorrow, but then on Sunday, the rains come our way with a very humid weekend in store. The Futurecast shows these showers lifting north, and then on the day Sunday, really kind of encompassing most of the state of Florida and really becoming pretty widespread. That's on Sunday, and that really does carry on through Monday and into Tuesday and possibly even into Wednesday and Thursday. And in addition to just the general showers that we'll have coming through in waves, we also have the potential of on Sunday seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity, particularly I think on the east coast of Florida, but for us as well. Now, that's not altogether a bad thing because we have a drought that continues to get worse. We're now in a moderate drought over at least half of the Sun Coast, and also the fire danger indexes continue to rise along the Sun Coast as well. So a little bit of much needed rainfall would be a good thing. It's not so good. It comes on Mother's Day, though, and that's the reason I'm calling it a first alert weather day, because I do think that it will interfere with some folks' weekend plans. Northwest wind coming in at about 10 knots, becoming more easterly. Light chop 2-foot seas. Nice day for boating, but the winds will be picking up over the weekend. Not today and not even so much tomorrow, but particularly on Sunday, I think those winds will be picking up. So even if we don't have the rain showers around, I think the winds might make boating a little bit uncomfortable for recreating on Sunday. And then that kind of carries over into Monday and Tuesday with some fairly decent rainfall chances. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll start to taper it off a bit. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In consumer news, one of the largest employers in Venice is celebrating a big anniversary this month. ABC7's Stephanie Webb is at Tervis headquarters with one of the secrets to the company's growth over the years. Stephanie?
Thank you. Well, we are here at the Tervis headquarters in Venice, and they are one of the area's largest employers. Now, their original Osprey store is getting ready to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
Back in 1946, two engineers in Detroit, Frank Cotter and Howlett Davis, hit on a big idea. They created the first permanently sealed double-walled tumbler. So how did a simple idea turn into such a popular product? Well, one big reason, licensing. Thanks to partnering with big brands like the NFL, Star Wars, Harley-Davidson, those tumblers became more than just another cup in your cabinet.
It's a way to express yourself. So in between these two walls of plastic, you have a way to express yourself, a way to start a conversation. So the licensing has been a way to really promote that and expand that. And it's been giving us a lot of success.
Okay, here is the really cool part that we're excited about. Next Friday morning on Good Morning Suncoast, we are going to take you inside this Tervis factory for an exclusive tour. We're going to show you how all of these tumblers are made from start to finish. And that's right, you just got a glimpse of a brand new, never before seen product that we're going to show you for the very first time ever right here on ABC7. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. A federal judge in California is giving Wells Fargo another black eye. She's ordering the embattled bank to pay more than $97 million in damages to its mortgage employees. A class action lawsuit claims the bank did not pay them enough for the breaks required by state law. Wells Fargo plans to appeal. The ruling is the latest problem for the bank that has been hit by a series of scandals which have already cost the bank more than $1 billion in fines. Plus, it looks like Starbucks is getting rid of its customer-only rule for the bathrooms. The chairman of the board at Starbucks says bathrooms there will be open to anyone. This stems from an incident that made headlines last month when two African-American men were taken out of a Philadelphia Starbucks in handcuffs, accused of loitering. There's no word yet on when the new policy will go into effect across the country. There are growing questions about the future of MoviePass, the service that lets customers go to theaters to see all the movies they want for $10 a month, has just about enough cash to stay open for 2 more months. They plan to crack down on cost by monitoring fraudulent use of the cards and limiting repeat viewership of the same movie. The company is spending an average of more than $20 million a month to offer this service. Still to come in your Suncoast News, we'll check in with Judy to hear about dessert, and then how a girl born with no hands just won a national handwriting contest.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
What's a day for mom without some great food and wine? I'm Joey Panic on Suncoast View. It's our Mother's Day celebration. Michael's Wine Cellar is here with wine pairings perfect to share with mom. And what's dinner without a show? We get a preview of the Artist Series Concert's Mother's Day performance, celebrating songs from the silver screen. Plus this weekend's McCurdy's Comedy headliner and the Spice and Tea Exchange joins us in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and special guests on Suncoast View for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
And yes, as always, there is dessert. Delicious homemade coconut ice cream with crushed nuts, so delicious. A great way to just share a dessert at the end of a wonderful meal, especially when you have all the aromas and the vibrancy of the fresh Thai herbs and fried bananas. Look at this, crunchy and crispy, and again, sweet on top. You're just gonna love it. I wanna thank you both and wish you a very happy anniversary.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody out there. Make it a tasteful Thai weekend. I know I will too.
Let's bite.
Oh, back to you guys.
All right, Judy, thank you so much. In entertainment news, Avengers is breaking box office records across the globe, but some of the movie's stars are making news for an even better reason. ABC's Danya Backus has today's Showbiz Wrap.
Avengers: Infinity War is still expected to reign at the box office this weekend, but some of its stars are making other news. Stars Chris Evans and Tom Holland attended special screenings of the movie at children's hospitals in New York and Los Angeles. They were celebrating the announcement of a $1.2 million donation given by Marvel Studios Foundation HeroAx to charities that help children impacted by serious illness. The cast of The Love Boat, along with Princess Cruise Lines, received an honorary plaque from the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, recognizing them for their contribution to the history of television. Stars from the ABC show that debuted in 1977 were at the ceremony. Among them, Gavin MacLeod, Lauren Tews, Ted Lang, Bernie Capel, and Fred Grandy. And while R. Kelly's music will still be available on Spotify, the streaming service announced it is removing his music from playlists, citing its new policy on hate content and hateful conduct. Spotify says it doesn't censor content because of an artist's behavior, but wants programs to reflect its values. Kelly has long been the center of sexual misconduct allegations, which he denies. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Prince famously called Minnesota home, but he also had a cozy little cottage in the Caribbean. It's a private 5-acre oceanfront estate in the Turks and Caicos, and it's going up for auction in July. The 10,000 square foot mansion has 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, panoramic ocean views, and a 200-foot private dock. How much? You probably can't afford it. At least I can't. Wow. A record-breaking sale of late billionaire David Rockefeller's private art collection has brought in more than $600 million on its opening night. A portrait by Pablo Picasso sold for $115 million, and a Monet painting from his Water Garden series sold for $84 million. This is the highest ever paid for the artist. With 2 days left, the event has become the highest grossing sale of a single owner art collection at auction ever. Finally, an inspiring story making headlines in Virginia. A girl born with no hands winning a national handwriting contest. Anaya Ellick doesn't use prosthetics and has instead learned how to hold a pencil between her 2 arms to write and draw. It's not the first time the 9-year-old has received an award for her skills. She was recognized back in 2016 for her print writing as well. Anaya says writing isn't the only thing she wants to do. She has plans for a sport to be the next thing she tackles. And I am no doubt that she will be good at that as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. And we'll see you later today.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
Here's today's Job of the Day. ABC7 is seeking a part-time video news editor with a nonlinear video editing and digital video background. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.